Hello everybody. So today we are going to be putting in our notebooks word problems with a T-chart. So this is basically just a strategy of how we can work with word problems and try to simplify word problems a little bit easier for all of us. I know word problems are not a lot of our best friends, and so today we're going to fill out our table of contents first. I have the date over here, September 19th. I have our title. It is word problems with a T-chart. So you may already know what a T-chart is, but we're just going to use this video to walk through it and get it set up so you guys know what it looks like and where everything goes, and then we will do a word problem together. Again, your page number will be whatever is your next available page. So make sure you put in your next page number. All right, turn my notebook here. So here I again have my title at the top, word problems with a T-chart. Remember, if there's any point that you need to pause the video so you can get things written down, please make sure you do that. OBJ stands for objective, okay? So our objective today is going to be, I can set up a T-chart for word problems. I can set up a T-chart for word problems. And really, we're just going to use our T-chart to help us organize our thoughts of what a word problem, or how to process a word problem. Okay, so I'm actually not going to draw the Cornell notes today, okay, because I want to draw the T-chart and make sure we truly understand what's happening. So anytime you have a word problem, whether it's a practice assignment, on a test, for bell work, whatever it is, if you see a word problem, I want you to automatically think T-chart. So what does a T-chart look like? Well, it's basically just two columns. It makes a big T, okay? This is a T-chart. And on the left side of our T-chart, we are going to title it Key Info, which stands for information. I never have enough room to write it, so I just put Key Info on this side, or Key Information. Now, what do we put on our Key Info or Key Information side? So you should have already in your notebook, or be given one today, a list of words or cues that you may see in word problems that tell you what kind of operation you need to have or need to do to work out the word problem. For example, if you see the word add, I'm going to put word cues here. But if you see the word add, what does that tell you? Well, the operation is going to be addition, right? If you see total, that may also mean addition, okay? If you see altogether, that means addition. What about if you see the difference, or decreased, or fewer than? Those are all subtraction words, okay? Some multiplication words you might see are times. You may see groups, the word groups. You may see multiplied by, you may see the word product. Those all mean that we are going to be multiplying, okay? And then some words that might mean we are going to divide would be if you see shared, or I'm going to share something. Each is a big key word that we actually see a lot in word problems. And we'll talk more about the word each, because I really think it could go with multiplication or division. It just depends on what other information you have. If you see divided by, obviously that means division. If you see parts or quotient or split, we're going to split something. that normally means division as well. So anytime you see those words, that's key information. So we would write those words down, okay? So I'm just putting word cues. Then I'll put in parentheses here. That means it's going to tell us what operation we are going to do. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, okay? The next thing that I want to make sure you understand for key information is most of the time when you are reading a word problem, you have numbers in it. Now, that doesn't mean you're using all of the numbers that are in the word problem, but it is important to make sure that you look at what the numbers are and you understand what they mean. So I'm going to put numbers. That is a number sign, not a hashtag sign, okay? Numbers. And I always stress that it's really important to put the number with the label. So if your word problem says we have 7 pizzas, you need to not just write 7 here, you need to write 7 pizzas because that's what the 7 is representing. If you have 19 students, you need to make sure that you write 19 students so you know what that number is representing. If we just put a number, then we don't know what it's representing, or if we even need to use that number in our word problem or in our solving it, okay? So we have word cues. That's going to tell us what operation we're doing. We have numbers with their label, okay? So you could have a couple numbers here with their label. And then the last thing I want to add here is the question. So when we are reading word problems, we actually read the word problem multiple times. We read it once just to read it. We reread it a second time. And during that second time is when we're finding our key info and we're writing it in our T-chart. Okay? And then the next thing that we look at is our question. And we actually reread our question. Once we have our key information here, we need to reread our question. What are we actually trying to answer? What does our word problem want to know? Okay? And so that could be, you could write the whole question here. You could write just a couple words. Whatever it is that is key information for you to make sure you answer the question correctly. And I normally put a little question mark by those words so I know that's my question. This is what I should be answering. Okay? So that's the key info side. Now, on the other side of our T-chart over here, this is where we're going to actually work out the problem. So I just put problem over here. Now, you can label it, but we don't actually start writing in this column until all of our key information is filled out. So you have to have your word cues, you have to know your numbers with their label, and you have to know what question you're answering. Then, once you've taken a minute and you've re-looked at all this, then you'll go, oh, I need to take the 7 students or the 3 groups or whatever it is, and my word is telling me I'm supposed to multiply them together. So then over here, that's where you will work out your problem. So you're taking your information here. You don't have to look at your word problem anymore. And you're taking this information and working out your problem over here. Now, sometimes that may look different. This may mean that you need to draw a picture. And I strongly encourage you to draw a picture. If the word problem is not making sense to you, you can find all your key information, but you're not sure if you're supposed to multiply the numbers or if it's a 2-step problem, which one do I do first? Draw a picture, okay? If there's ever any food or groups or people, like draw little stick people, okay? So I'm going to put over here, we're either going to, or maybe we'll do both, draw a picture or over here we're just going to solve the problem. And then when I think I've solved my problem, I've got my answer, I go back to my question one more time and I make sure that I'm answering my question. That also means that our answer is not just a number, because it's a word problem. It's never just a number. It has to have a label. So whatever our answer is, I go back to my question and make sure that my label is there for my answer. So this is how you actually set up a T-chart for word problems. And now I'm going to give us a word problem that we are going to work out.